So I'm back in this demo account, and I'm on the Australian dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And I'm trying to fit the scripts to match. I got 3 buys and I got 3 sells. I have a 22 pip stop, 40 pip stop, 75. Now if these are 1Ks, you're going to be risking about, let's say, $3 here, $5, and $8. And just add, just round up. Always round up, because it's going to cost more than you think, and it's going to take longer than you think. Just like anything, any business takes, is just like that. I mean, if you ever tried to even start a hobby, once you go to the parts store, you come home, you're just exhausted, you know, how much stuff you had to do. Now the daily chart, a lot of people start off with this daily chart and they say, okay, let's draw all this analysis on the daily, and then they drop down. I guess unless you're scalping, see, the whole thing about time frame shift is kind of weird, because people say, okay, I did my analysis here, I have my bias, then I'm going to go down to the 4-hour. Okay, I don't see anything here. Okay, what does that look like there? Now, if you placed your order on the daily, here, I would just place this out here. I don't think we could fill. This is a low-risk trade. 8 hours to come down here. Market has dropped 8 hours, and the exit's going to be 40. Here's another one. I don't think they're going to fill that. But my exit's going to be in a logical place, which is the last known floor area. So if the ball's going to bounce, it's going to come down here, and it's going to ricochet back up into the underside of the coffee table. So this is your coffee table, and right at the 50. And also, at this point, should we think about putting in, now if you did go to the smaller time frame now, 15-minute chart, holy God, you know, geez, maybe a buy stop here. If you're really bullish and you want to get a high risk, high cost confirmation entry, you put a buy stop here, or you say put a buy stop here. Now you're almost buying at the market. You're so close, and you've got all these orders down here. If you turn on the volume for color, so if all your orders are going to be turquoise, these are all your order entries. And the profits aren't showing because we just know that they're double your money. But it's basically, how deep do you want to buy it? So you go back to the daily, you just say, geez, man, it's going to take forever to get down here. Well, yeah, of course, this would be swing trading, and maybe these are going to last a week now. Now, you could close the book on this. You could put this on a laptop and never look back. Would you buy down here at the top of that bar next week? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a classic cave-in where the market just caves in. And it may still have to fill this big void that's been forming here. Come all the way back in. Backfill this whole thing. And meanwhile, they've got the breakout. This is the weekly. The monthly breakout people are trapped up here because they're like trend continuation people, and they're all bullish, and we're going up this channel, and that's their view of reality. Of course, this is a failure to swing high here is a divergence on any oscillator. You know that. Just you don't even have to put an indicator up to know what it's going to look like here. It starts to slump, and not to mention this vacuum here. That was a trap pullback. That's always the classic reversal point, and that's a 50 pip window on the weekly, mind you. Killer trade, 3 dojis in a row. What do you think is going to happen? It's either going to go down or up, and it continues. Since you know that this exists, these two highs, you just copy the line over and just create your miter box off of that. Uh-oh, I screwed that up. Right there. From this low, these two tops, even the closing price, if you turn closing price on, you'll see the 3 closes up. You get 3 higher highs with 3 higher closes. It's a perfect rhythm. See this triple rhythm? And this is what I call the reptilian trading advanced pattern course that I have for sale. It's top secret right now, but what it is it's you know, you don't have to sacrifice children to make money, but this is the Reptilian, and this is the upper Reptilian. They're like mating. It's like a mating ritual. See that? This is the Zeppelin, the Hindenburg Reptilian. He's floating. This is the blimp up here. This is where the people drive the blimp. Now you can get lost in all those patterns, but this looks like a classic shoulder, head, shoulder. And not so much on the lows. So the highs and lows matter, and the closing price matters. This flat spot here here's where the dojis show up. Anytime you see a flat line, this is like the patient, you know, clear, get the paddles. And bad things are going to happen out of that. There's going to be, that is, if you're the person that wants to get in here for that break and then just scalp out of the explosion, you know, you're making money all day on that. Okay, that is the Australian, and this is the weekly. So yeah, it gets tumbled down, whatever, right? But how are you going to make any money on this thing? What time frame are you going to trade it on? So I'm down 30 cents on this. It's a crying shame. If I zoom out, look for the Reptilian entries. Okay, here you see the classic, looking only back 10 days. We break out, make a nice run. Here's the trap trade, though, for the scalpers. They're all over this one. This window here is just a nick. They nick it, they pull it back to the previous congestion, double top, whatever have you, 50-yard line. They trap them, they pull it back. They double trap them again, they pull it back a little bit. They can't pull it back too much. You come into Asia, kablamo. A lot of people just get the fuck out. They just made, like, you know, 25 pips with maybe this kind of stop. So you can see the ratios. People are after here, and if you're making your, you know, you've got a 8 pip stop and you just made 20 pips, you know, this is like it's almost 50 pips clean there. And these are just like 25 pip winners, on and on. Here's the trap trade. They trap in the bears think that, hey, this is the top, they're short from here, let's go. No, it's always like tag you're it. So it's always, here's the trap up, there's the trap to the down, and here it could be the trap right now. They're trapping these long-term traders, say, have stops here, and they're going to try to get that today. See as how there's only so much time left on the clock. The clock's running out for the week, and I put all the orders down here for the bounce off of the psychotic low prices. But on the daily, yeah, there's just so many areas here where you could just place buy limits right at previous low, right on the lows. I mean, I just can't imagine going any more in depth than that. Right at the 50-yard line, you've got all your buy limits start in the back of the reptile here. So they fill up, and then that's it. You just gobble up these, and there's the failed trap trade here. You have to be aware of the fact that you have to have tight stops, because hopefully you're long coming into this, and then here's the ultimate 50 pip trap. Come back 100, 150 in the end, and they're trapping these guys. So it's always trap to trap, and I'm expecting now this is the new trap. We get out there, and on the smaller time frames, think about getting in on minor pullbacks here. So you'd have to look at the top of the or the upside down. This is the inverted reptile formation. So we're forming one more fin here, if you look at it from this standpoint. You got one, almost, it'll be a reptile as soon as we get the next thing here. But we want to get in on its back here. We don't want to get in here because this could be a potential trap to come back there. So they're constantly playing that game. And the 1 hour you can see it real easy. Those are the kind of the nonsense scalps, the noise people talk about. And here is the big kahuna breakdown. But the ATRs are smaller here naturally coming into that. Very quiet. Failed attempt, rally. And down she goes for the count. She had to tap out on that one. All right, that's the Australia versus the CAD. And yeah, it's multi-dimensional reptile trading.